How would the IIM Ahmedabad Dubai 1 year MBA advance your career? Want to know how this program connects with your career growth in Dubai? What does it take to get accepted into the IIMA 1 year MBA at Dubai? So, today I'm delighted to host this webinar on the IIM Ahmedabad Dubai 1 year MBA program, where we have invited Professor Aditya Moses to answer these questions and share valuable insights to help you determine if this program is the right fit for your professional goals. I'm Shruti, an MBA admissions consultant with GOALisB. I help professionals like you navigate the complex world of MBA admissions and find programs that align with your career aspirations. And I'm delighted to introduce our speaker, Professor Aditya Moses. Professor Moses teaches human resource management at IIM Ahmedabad. He holds a PhD from IIM Bangalore and specializes in organizational behavior and HR. His expertise lies in people analytics and strategic HR management. Before joining academia, Professor worked with a hospital chain and as a training consultant. This gives him a very practical perspective that complements his research. And his work appears in the top international journals and he regularly presents at prestigious conferences. Please welcome Professor Aditya, who will share valuable insights on modern HR practices and also guide us as to what the IIM Ahmedabad's 1 year MBA program is all about. Over to you, Professor. Please share your insights about the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shruti, for having us, for having IIM Ahmedabad. And we are very happy to uh, share information related to the 1 year MBA that we are planning in Dubai. So let me start with a little bit about what I'll be covering about the 1 year program, about IIM Ahmedabad, obviously, and the application and admission process that we are going to follow in the Dubai campus. So I'll be chairing the 1 year program in Dubai for starting already started. I mean, and we will be our plan is to start the program in September. So about IIM Ahmedabad. So what a lot of people may not know is that IIM Ahmedabad started in 1961 with the help of Harvard Business School, Ford Foundation, Government of India, State of Gujarat, etc., etc. But our first program was actually executive education, where we started a very unique program called the 3TP, or the 3-tier program for young managers, then mid-level managers, and then senior level managers. Our first flagship PGP program actually started in 1964. Our 1 year flagship program, PGPX, as it is called, started in 2006. And 2025, we became the first IIM to establish a global campus outside India. Um, our campus, there are two reasons why we chose Dubai. One, we were very aligned. We felt very aligned with the D33 agenda that Dubai government has on promoting their economy, and we felt that we could add a lot of value uh, to Dubai as a whole. We also felt that Dubai seemed like a natural extension of IIM Ahmedabad, in the sense that we had a lot of government to government connect. We had a lot of connect with their government, and we realized that we can actually add value to Dubai and to UAE as a whole. We are very happy because, also considering the fact that Dubai is one of the topmost investment regions in the world currently, and is growing, it's one of the fastest growing economies around the world as well. Obviously, the advantage of having a multicultural city and being established in a multicultural city is also a big advantage for us. Uh, just a quick snapshot. IIM Ahmedabad this year is ranked 31st in the FT ranking. We have had a significant jump. In the QS rankings, we are ranked 27th with regards to, I mean, by business and management. However, we are also ranked first in career progression for our 1 year MBA by FT, and this has been for the last 5 years. And the reason for this, I believe, is that IIM Ahmedabad has always had a very deep connect with the industry. Whether it is through consulting, whether it is through our alumni, whether it is through working with the policymakers in a different country. You will also realize this also ties in with where we started from in 1961, where we have a tie-up, where we started with the idea that we have to do something for the industry. IIM Ahmedabad obviously has certain advantages, and the IIM advantage is based on three things. One is world-class faculty and research. With all the faculty that we have at IIM Ahmedabad, we have a very rich and strong research culture. But more often than not, what people don't realize is a lot of our faculty are also deeply connected with industry, whether it is with policymakers, where we are helping policymakers make decisions for a country, or through our consulting projects with different industry partners. We also have a centers of excellence that are set up as a conduit between academia, industry, and policy making. There will be the same centers that were similar centers, but obviously different, that will be set up in Dubai. We will have a case center and an entrepreneurship center to start off with immediately, along, and the remaining centers are tied in with the D33 agenda of the UAE, specifically the Dubai government. So we will have centers on retail, tourism, AI, in the future, in the near future. I believe the most unique thing about IIM Ahmedabad is our teaching pedagogy. We have this unique case pedagogy that we have been using since the last 40 plus years. And the idea here is we have all our faculty is deeply involved in case writing as well as teaching. So we have a lot of cases that we have written ourselves. And the case pedagogy is unique because it fosters a lot of peer to peer learning, but it is also an opportunity for application rather than just theory. We are adding to this by also ensuring that at least in the Dubai scenario, we are expecting our students, and I'll talk a little bit about it, through independent research projects to work with organizations in the UAE region to also write cases, to also understand how we can apply whatever we have learned through industry projects. I think one of the strongest pillars we have is our industry connect, and this industry connect comes through two major things. One is the strong alumni network, especially in leadership positions across the world. What we have realized also is we have a very strong alumni base in the UAE, with a lot of our alumni in senior positions in different organizations in the UAE. And we have a strong base of reputed recruiters that are engaged also in this learning process, but they are also present in the UAE. Now, what will happen? These are the advantages that we have. What is this 1 year program? This 1 year program is very similar to what we have in Ahmedabad, but not exactly the same. It will start with what we call an induction, which brings people on par through different courses that are more like a foundation laying. Then we have building blocks where we have what we call core courses in different domains. After which, in term two, we go a little more advanced and start talking about building business acumen. In term three is where most people start having a mixture of core and electives. And these electives will be based on areas like finance and accounting, human resource management, information systems, marketing, operations, organizational behavior, etc. Uh, and from term three, we start moving people towards more of a leadership role. So we'll have building leadership skills as a how do you build these leadership skills? What is also important for a leader is also making decisions. So in term four, it will be again be a mixture of core and electives, which will be focused on performing of how do you take strategic decisions. Term five, which will be the last term, is preparing people for top management. Within all this, we also run something called an independent research project, where a group of students, not more than two, will work with a faculty and possibly an industry partner to come up with a project that is based on research but will have impact also on industry, etc., and academia. So to give you an example, two of my last students did a very interesting report on the future of work when it comes to AI, and their work has been published as a white paper. Their work has got cited in multiple newspaper articles around India now. And this is something similar that we want to do. Our program is designed for professionals who are early career and want to make that switch. They want to transform themselves and they want to progress much faster. Career progress is what is most important for us. We believe that we can be the change agent which can help people make that career progress, or at least somewhat accelerate their career progress. And I think this also, uh, the first rank in career progress for the last 5 years, is testament that we are able to do something around this. That said, who we are looking for? We are looking for people who have some depth of experience. They have contributed to business and industry in some form. What is most important in IIM Ahmedabad is curiosity and ambition. The pedagogy fits in beautifully when we try to do something where people are critically thinking. Also, when we foster this critical thinking, it's helpful for people in their career as they progress. Because there's a lot of peer learning. There's also learning, working along with faculty. There's working along with alumni who are in industry. So we need people who have a social and collaborative mindset. As a saying goes, the A in IIMA doesn't stand for Ahmedabad, it stands for academics. Uh, in Dubai, it is not going to change. That is in our DNA. And that's why intellectual rigor is very important. Uh, our aspirations, or the aspirations that people have, should be aligned with IIMA's legacy, because that we really have a lot of pride in our alumni. The last two, that I think academic excellence goes without saying, but authenticity and integrity are critical element of IIM Ahmedabad. IIM Ahmedabad, if you look at from our architecture to how we do things, has always been transparent. It is said that all faculty in IIM Ahmedabad are faculty. We don't have any levels. And the reason for that is we believe that everything needs to be as transparent as possible. And that's why authenticity and integrity, even of our students, is extremely important to us. Now, so the who I'm looking for is important, but what should you have? So, bachelor's degree, a minimum of 4 years work experience. You should be at least 25 years old. A valid GMAT or GRE exam. GMAT focus is also okay. For this first batch, online GMAT is also being accepted. GMAT also has an interesting exam called the GMAT Executive Assessment, or GMAT EA. That is also applicable for this program. Now, the fees of the program is 80,000 USD. This includes your tuition fees, books, course material, your visa, your insurance. It also includes library, network, campus infrastructure, etc. The fees does not include accommodation. Now, let me explain this a little bit. So, IIM Ahmedabad Dubai campus is a collaboration, or is an MOU between IIM Ahmedabad and the government of Dubai. So, right now, we have already been allocated a 50,000 square feet um, campus, temporary campus in Dubai International Academic City. This has 4 classrooms, about 8 seminar rooms, meeting rooms, etc., etc. All this is being done by the Dubai government. The Dubai government has also identified a piece of land. Dubai government, through what is called DET, Dubai Economy and Tourism Authority, has also will identify a piece of land where our permanent campus will come up. However, the most cities, so to say, in Dubai are planned. And the plan for the temporary campus does not include residential. However, what we have realized is there are private residential student accommodation that is available very close to our campus. And we have talked to multiple of them, and we will be able to have some kind of tie up where students can decide where they can stay. And there it ranges from a studio apartment to twin sharing. The rates obviously change. However, we are in constant talks with them to get a discounted rate on all kind of accommodation. Financing options, obviously, with IIMA name, the most PSUs that exist, the financing options already exist. However, we are also working with other players and our own alumni to ensure that there are more financing options, sorry, available to them. We are going to be offering some scholarships, but again, our scholarships are based on merit, just as in the case with the home campus. Um, we have not yet finalized a structure of how much scholarship we can give. However, our idea is that if there is an exceptional candidate, if they are based on merit, we will be able to offer some scholarship at least. That said, how do you go about it? So the registration and start of application has already started. The final date to submit the application will be 31st July. However, application review and shortlisting, uploading required documents, and interview with the IIMA faculty, which is the second stage of the admission process, is going to be rolling. So the quicker you upload your application, the quicker you might get shortlisted, the quicker your interview will happen, the quicker you will get a decision. We are going to start the rolling interviews as soon as June 1st, or the first week of June at least. And this will be rolling because we don't have the R1, R2, R3 that we usually do for this year because of the shortened timeline. So the longer you wait, the longer it will become more difficult for people who have, a longer notice period at their work or something like that. However, if it's possible, if you apply now, we will be reviewing all these applications on a continuous basis. The admission process follows the same pattern that we follow at IIM Ahmedabad main campus, which is you submit your application. You will be called in for submitting something like an SOP and a couple of essays. An interview will be done by a panel of at least 2 faculty members, and you will be given an offer. And this year, I think for our IIM Ahmedabad PGPX, we have been able to give scholarships along with the offer letter, which was slightly different than what we did this time. We are planning to do something similar for the IIM Ahmedabad Dubai campus. Uh, the final date for rolling out offers will be August, after which we will stop all sorts of admission process. The first batch that we are looking at is possibly a size of only 60. And what is also, I think I missed saying this. So we are also, when you think of the program and this program specifically, along with this, we also are doing one more thing that we also do in India, which is your career services. However, if career services in India is at level X, in Dubai, it will probably X plus 20 or plus 25%. The biggest difference is that we are involving a lot of alumni into the Dubai-based, UAE-based alumni into the career services part. That's one. The other thing is, because it's the first batch, it is not going to be completely student driven. It is probably going to be more faculty driven. Though it is faculty driven here also, we have a faculty chair, but that the career services as a whole will be a greater push, at least from IIMA Dubai campus side. That said, if we're more than happy to have any sorts of questions. If you have contacts, I put up both an India number and a UAE number, and obviously you can reach out to us at enquiries-dubai at ima.ac.in. We also have a website. The website has a brochure uploaded already in case people want to relook at some of the information, or maybe I have forgotten something. They can definitely look at that. And again, thank you very much. More than happy to have any questions.
Yes, sir, definitely. There are a lot of questions. And thank you so much for such an elaborate discussion on the program. So I'll
Sure.
just take off the presentation and I'll bring up the questions one by one. So yes. So is the placement support only for the Dubai roles or for India? And do we get to choose the campus, whether India or Dubai?
So India and Dubai campus choice won't happen right now because the India batch has already started. Um, Maybe from next year we can look at it. Is placement support only for Dubai roles? No, it's support for entire GCC and if required India, because we essentially are the same faculty. We are not separating the two faculty or the placement process. However, wave one will happen for GCC. What we call wave one, that is your day zero, day one, day two, will happen first for GCC. And if there are individuals who would want to come back to India for whatever reason, we will try to find a way that we can support them in India as well.
Great. So there's this another question about eligibility and the admissions process. I think that you have already taken up.
Yes. So eligibility and admission is almost similar to PGPX. The only difference is online GMAT is accepted for Dubai, and EA is also accepted for Dubai. Placements will not be pooled um, because both the timelines are different. So the placements will happen separately. Uh, and the third question, that is, will there be more focus on international placements? I don't know how to answer this, because if you are in the GCC and you get placed in the GCC, it may not be considered international. But yes, the focus will be more on placements within the GCC, which is UAE, which includes Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, etc. Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, those will be our first main focus, and then we will also look for other international places.
So an add-on to this question would be, in terms of what sectors should people look at this program? What people,
Uh,
professionals from which sectors should be the target pool?
so I would strongly recommend that you should look at the Dubai D33 agenda. The Dubai 3G, D33 agenda is focused on specific sectors that are up and are booming in the UAE economy, and which also where we are going to look at is, one is consulting. Um, the second is real estate. The third is logistics and supply chain. So all kinds of operational loans. Consulting also, operational consultants are heavy in demand. Media advertising is very heavy in demand. Retail is a big thing in UAE. Travel and tourism is actually very interesting and a very big sector in the UAE. And obviously the natural gas, oil and natural gas, more heavy industries, that is going to be the focus. But I would also, right now, Dubai is focusing a lot also on fintech and finance and technology. And they have actually a very strong program where they are pushing for more AI companies, more tech companies to come in. So it's almost as though they are trying to cover certain sectors, but more specifically, you will get a lot more information on the D33 agenda.
Right. And the next question is, will this applicant, so the candidate will get a degree or a diploma, and who will be awarding it?
It will be a MBA, so it's a degree. IIM Ahmedabad will be awarding it. So in India, we are basically come under the IIM Act. Because of the IIM Act, we are able to give a degree that will hold true even in India. But in the UAE, we already have the recognition from KHDA, which is the Knowledge and Human Development Authority, which is basically the authority which for Dubai as an Emirat. And we also have already received the first level of clearances as an institution from the UAE government, that means the federal government, through CAA, which is based out of Abu Dhabi. So the degree that we will be giving, which is Masters in Business Administration, will be recognized both in India and anywhere in the UAE as a degree.
And though it is a 1-year program, is there any internship for the international applicants, to get in, to gel in with the environment there or
Right.
understand what the working environment is like?
Right, absolutely. So what we generally do in India is we have something called an international immersion. We will have an international immersion for them as well. Um However, it may not be from Dubai. You may not come to India. We might have to find some other places. That said, at least for the first few years, our IRP, which is our independent research project, which is usually over a period of one term, but after classes, you might be working more closely with people in the industry to get something, some kind of exposure to the Dubai industry as well.
Right. And Ankit probably is working in market research and has 7 years of work ex. He's asking about how will the program support a switch to a different industry or a function?
So I market research, I don't think is a niche field, but marketing, but in general, is very rich, or has a lot of requirements are there for the marketing roles, at least in UAE. That said, how do we support a switch? Through two ways. We have a very comprehensive career services program, not program per se, per department that we run, or we plan, we are going to run even there, which where you will be mentored, things like how do I make my CV? You will be coached on how to give interviews, or how do I position myself for a different role. That is one. Obviously, the other part is through interaction with people in that particular industry, which we drew through something called a speaker series. So people from different industries come, they interact. You can share knowledge, you can ask them questions. That is one more way of positioning. And the final is obviously what in India we love to call as placements, which is we try to find roles where you fit in and try to get employers to come to the campus for recruitment. So those are the three major ways in which we could do this.
Right. 3 years of work ex, I would like to apply this year and get the conversion. And then, if there is an available option for deferral, this is what Sahil is asking. Can he even apply?
You can apply because there is no application fee. Uh, but uh, you can definitely apply. You can definitely apply. There is no application fee, so it won't cost you anything. Um, but there is also something that we are doing slightly different than what we don't ever do in India, where we will have a person, in this case Ali, who is my colleague here in IIM Ahmedabad. Ali will be also ready to answer questions or work as a counselor if required for anything related to Dubai campus, or specifically the application process related to Dubai campus. So I would suggest apply because it doesn't cost anything, and then see
But
where it goes.
but the 4 years benchmark in terms of the work experience is not a
So
hard.
you Yes.
Yeah.
So what generally happens is we even when we interview in India, uh, it's 3 years plus you will have some amount of time before you hit the fourth year by the time the interview happens. So we might call you for an interview. Your profile might depending on your GMAT score and your overall profile, that is what shortlists a profile for an interview. So we are actually looking at that combination. So if somebody gets that combination very good, we can always stop. And Ali will be more than happy to answer more specific questions.
Sure.
Absolutely. And will the faculty be traveling from India, or Dubai will have its own
So
faculty?
both. So all faculty will be IIM Ahmedabad faculty. In the sense that we are not planning, the faculty can't be hired in any other way than what we already do in IIM Ahmedabad. So some of us, like me, are going to relocate to Dubai. There will be two modes in which we'll work. Some faculty who are specifically the faculty from IIM Ahmedabad. So those who already teach the 1 year program will be flying in to teach the program. We will also be recruiting additional faculty in Dubai for Dubai, but through the IIM Ahmedabad process. So a
Okay.
mixture of both essentially.
Right. And what is the plan around alumni engagement in Dubai?
Oh, very nice. So there are two or three things that we have planned. We have already talking to the IIM Ahmedabad alumni who are there. We are also talking to there is a much larger group called the Pan IIM alumni. So the IIM Ahmedabad alumni will actually are going to be doing a couple of events to welcome IIM Ahmedabad to Dubai, sort of. That said, we plan to work very, very closely with all our alumni, especially IIM Ahmedabad alumni in Dubai. So they will be let's say that they will be a very integral part of IIM Ahmedabad, whether it's through speaker series, whether it is through coaching somebody, whether it is through helping in placements, whatever the case might be. IIM Ahmedabad alumni, especially in the UAE region, will be heavily involved. In fact, we have already got a commitment from some of the alumni that they will be willing to co-teach courses, or they will be willing to come and spend time with the students, etc. And we have some very strong alumni in that region. We have had people who are CEOs of of Citibank, the current PNG feminine health product CEO for uh, I think Asia and Africa is Sonali Dhawan, who happens to co-teach with me in some courses in Dubai. But for example, we have people like that. We have people who have been entrepreneurs or who have their own setups, like Arun Bruce, who's also an alumni, has his own sorry, has his own consulting firm called TransformX, who are an integral part of planning and implement and execution of the IIM Ahmedabad Dubai campus. So very heavily involved.
Great. And if someone is rejected from the IIMA PGPX, that is the Indian program, will it be a disadvantage as an applicant?
Not really, not really. Uh, in fact, if you have been rejected after the interview, let's say, you're more than happy to apply. I mean, I'm more than happy to reconsider that profile for IIM Ahmedabad, Dubai. However, let it be known that there is no advantage per se that you get uh, because you have applied earlier. But there is no disadvantage as such. It's just a fresh application for us.
But they can apply because they have a
Yes,
valid
they can
score and they could.
definitely apply. As long as you have a valid score and you meet some of the criteria, you're more than happy to apply.
What are the recruiters? Which recruiters can be expected for consulting and fintech? Which
Okay.
firms?
So in India, at least, we have McKinsey coming in as McKinsey Digital. We have R30 Little. We have Transformex. And now, what is most interesting is R30 Little, for example, recruited people from IIM Ahmedabad. I'm in the campus in India for roles in Saudi Arabia. So that might just carry through. We have a lot of alum in the companies that have been mentioned. However, please note that I don't guarantee placements. I can only help you along that path, and it's really an individual who has to, focus on things. Do I expect most of the recruiters who are in India to show up there? Yes, and maybe some new ones who don't show up in India because the offices are different. But that said, we are in conversation with most of the companies, especially the MBB, Big Four, a lot of financial institutions, Dubai owned or Abu Dhabi owned companies to come as recruiters. But this is obviously a process. And as of right now, nobody will uh, sign off. They also need to see who's our batch. So, yes,
Yes.
that will be.
Right. In terms of the courses and case studies, are they really focused on the GCC and what type of challenges and opportunities are faced by the industries there?
Yes, so it is going to a lot of cases courses per se will more or less more the core courses will not change because the core courses don't change anywhere in the world. They are context agnostic. However, when we come to electives, there will be a lot more focus on cases that are from that region or around that region or where we believe people will get placed. That said, we are already writing cases. We have already been writing cases on the GCC. I myself have two cases on Dubai or two different organizations in Dubai, which were much before the Dubai campus even got published. I mean, got became a reality. So we have connects. Cases will be much different than India. The cases will be more global. The cases will be more relevant to Dubai as a context, yes, but also global context. Contextually, they'll be more global compared to more Indian, let's say. Let's put it that way. However, for at least, I feel that most of our courses in IIM Ahmedabad, even currently, are they are quite up to date when it comes to cases. The name of the course might be old, but the content of the course is very in line with whatever the industry, whatever changes are happening in the industry.
Right. I think, Professor, we are done with most of the questions.
Sure.
And in case you would like to share any tips or any suggestions for people who are considering the program or they're looking at global opportunities, because this is a first, there is no precedent. So
Yeah,
things around the IIM Ahmedabad Dubai campus.
absolutely. Um, so, uh, being the first of its kind program in Dubai. So in Dubai or in the UAE, there is only one other program which is a full-time MBA, which is offered by NYU AD, that's New York University, Abu Dhabi. We are the only people who are offering this in that market. However, the economic development of Dubai is solely focused on talent. In fact, that is talent development and attracting the best talent is a core principle of Dubai, of the Dubai government. And they have a very progressive and a very aspirational D33 agenda. And I feel that at least we at IIM Ahmedabad feel that we are going to be a core or a critical part of helping Dubai achieve that D33 agenda. Now, the program is structured almost similar to IIM Ahmedabad. So nothing changes with the DNA of the program. The only difference is it is more global. We have finally taken that step where we can show the world that IIM Ahmedabad is not only good at rankings, but and not only good at India, but globally we are relevant. uh, there is always going to be multiple advantages of being on the first batch of any program like ours. That is more focus, more individualized attention, especially from the faculty and the alumni, because we believe that you are pioneers. That said, uh, we are getting a quite a significant interest from different parts of the world. This program, if you want to go for a global MBA, this is a very nice position to be in, especially given that Dubai is extremely cosmopolitan. It is one of it. I believe they have more than 100 different nationalities staying in Dubai. So it's a really a global city. It's really developing, and this is one of the first programs that is a full time MBA, and which will ensure that those who are a part of this program also get opportunities in line with that. And I think this is a great opportunity for not only Indian students, but also people who are expats in Emirates, in the UAE, or want to have a global MBA and have aspirations for a more of a global lifestyle. That said, my biggest tip is, if you are really interested and you really want to be a part of this program, apply early because everything is based on a rolling um, admission. So interviews might will happen faster, etc. The more longer you wait, the chances or the probability of seats remaining is going to go down. Um, you will also possibly the first one of the first IIMs to have, because we are based out of Dubai, you will have peers who are not only Indians but also peers who are non-Indians. And that is an advantage that we were never able to give in India. Though we had international students, but not in great numbers or etc. because of uh, visa issues etc. in India. But that is something that will completely change in Dubai. So this is a very unique program. We are taking everything of IIMA, the IIMA DNA, and applying that blueprint in Dubai, which I think is a world of opportunity.
Great. Absolutely, sir. I'm sure the applicants have learned a lot about the program, and this is a good opportunity for them to just pivot towards a global career. And guys, thank you all for joining us today. And in case you have any questions, keep on posting them here, or you can also reach out to us. We'll point you to the right resources, the right contacts at the IIMA campus. Sir had already shared the details where you could reach out, so you could just run through the presentation and get in touch directly as well. So, all the best
So
once
thank you
again
so
for
much,
your
Shruti, for having
applications.
me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time today. And on a Saturday afternoon, we have really been using your time, your weekend.
No, most happy to answer any questions. Thank you so much for having us, and looking forward to Dubai.
Yes, definitely, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Take care.
you.